A teacher starts a timer when the student gets out of their desk and stops the timer when the student sits back down. The teacher rates each number separately and averages the number. This is most likely A, duration per occurrence, B, total duration, C, inter-response time, or D, latency. The correct answer is A, duration per occurrence, and I'll tell you why. Latency would be the presentation of an SD and then timing between that SD and when the behavior is initiated. Inter-response time would be the time between one response and another. So it says the teacher started their timer when the student got out of their desk and then stopped it when the student sat back down. So these are not the same behavior, which means we're not going to be talking about inter-response time. So then what we're left with is total duration or duration per occurrence. So the key to this is looking at what the teacher did with the data, because measuring duration per occurrence or total duration is actually the same in this first sentence, which is we start the timer when the behavior starts, we stop the timer when the behavior stops. But with duration per occurrence, or typically we're going to express this as an average, and that's what gives us a clue that this is duration per occurrence. If it was total duration, we might not even write down the number. We might just restart the clock the next time the behavior started and then stop the clock when it stopped again. And then at the end of, let's say, the hour, we would have the total duration or the total amount of time of that hour that they spent doing that behavior. But duration per occurrence is correct because we're writing down the number separately and then we're averaging the number. Make sense? The duration is the amount of time in which a behavior occurs. The total duration per session would be a measure of the cumulative amount of time in which a person engages in the target behavior. So we're going to stop the timer as soon as the behavior stops, and we're going to restart it when it starts again and just continue to add to that timer. And then duration per occurrence is the duration of time that each instance of the behavior occurs. And so we're essentially saying each time that the behavior occurs, I'm going to start the stopwatch. When it stops, I'm going to stop the stopwatch, and then I'm going to write down the time, and then I'm going to average those. And count and duration, remember, they can be combined, so we don't have to do just one or the other.